So let me take you through the most exciting news of the day is our new enhancement for EazyBot. As you can see here, this is a whole new vision of the bots page. If you understand, previously it was having different items or different visuality here. Previously we had plus and minus, this red and green numbers that comes on the top based on the market movement in the last 24 hours, which have nothing to do with the trade itself. The trade might be positive and making profit, but you might see a negative number here on the top based on the coin movement in the last 24 hours. So we remove that completely so that you don't see unnecessary information that doesn't really affect your profitability. So we limited the numbers here, or the data that we have here, to let me just zoom it here, to the profit. First of all, on the top, we have the coin pair, BTC USDT in this case, and here the price of the coin. And the price of the coin is moving instantly. I mean, this is the current movement of this price as we receive it from the exchange. The total profit made is here in green and it's in positive, so it's super clear. We made it a little bit bigger so that will be visible for the people. We mentioned here also the USDT assigned. How much money did you assign for this coin to trade with? And available USDT is basically the amount of USDT that you have assigned minus the amount of USDT that's being used in trades that has open trades at the moment. So that gives you the available USDT. At the bottom here, also, we have added this click here to open. Previously, it was just only showing active or inactive. So we have added a call for action. If you want to open this coin and see the details inside, you have to click here to, to open it and see the details. At the bottom, you'll see MCR, active or inactive. MCR is basically called market crash recovery. And I'm going to explain this in details right now. So now let's get into one of these coins and just show you how it looks like from inside. Now, this is also a new display or a new user interface that we have enhanced. Previously, you had those numbers here, I mean, overlapping. You will have price on the top and quantity and amount all on the top, and then the numbers are kind of clashing. They're getting inside each other, so you will not be able to, it's unreadable basically. So we moved them into 3 lines so that people can see it clearly. Now I know clearly the price is this much, the quantity is this much, and the amount is this much without being confused. Other things are exactly the same. We have also added the total profit on this cycle on the top here so that you don't have to scroll down to the bottom to see the profit on the current cycle. The total profit, however, is on the top here. And also we reversed the trades. Previously, you have the first trade opened in the cycle on the top and the last trade or recent trade on the bottom. So we have put the recent trade on the top because this is what you want to look at the recent trade on the top here. This is the last trade, which whether it's sell or buy or whatever it is. Let's get more inside and show you the settings and the change that we have done in the settings. Okay, now this is an old coin that has been traded. And if you see, the strategy is exactly the same as the old one because this cycle is ongoing. So once the current cycle finishes and the new cycle opens, it's automatically is going to be converting the strategy to the new one, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Just let me show you a little bit more things that we have added here. Sorry. So we changed the name of the default strategy. Instead of default settings or default strategy, we change it to the EazyBot strategy because this is actually the strength of EazyBot is on the strategy that we have created. So we called it EazyBot strategy. However, the users still have the possibility to untick that one and make their own strategy down there. Here on the top, we change this to USDT assigned. This is the amount that you have assigned to this coin to trade with. And if you scroll down a little bit here, we have added more fields here just to give you more visibility. For example, now this number, the total amount that you use for each cover. Now, cover 1, for example, is 1 time. What does 1 time means for you in terms of money, in terms of USDT? So it's represented here in 284 for this specific bot. For you, maybe $20 or $10 or whatever it is. But for this specific, because it's 1 time of the amount that's been traded on this specific bot. The 2 times is this much and 4 times is this much. So in each cover, it shows you exactly what's the budget that you need for this bot to operate for all of these covers. And it's summed up or added up on the top here, where you can change your signed amount to match with that one if you wish to. Now, what's going to happen to this specific coin? This coin, first of all, is going to be trading the same way it's trading without any change. But once the current cycle finishes, it's going to convert. The new cycle is going to be based on the new strategy. So what does the new strategy look like? Let me just go back and start creating a new bot to show you the new enhancement to the strategy that we have added. So let's say I want to add a new bot or a new coin. So just like before, let's say I want to trade Ethereum. I'll call it ETH or give it any description that I want to give it. Then I can select whether I want to use the default strategy or I want to use the my own settings, which is in this case, I'm choosing EazyBot strategy just to show you what it looks like down there. Now, if you're using Binance, the minimum amount is 600. If you're using KuCoin, the minimum amount is going to be 300. So let's just pretend that we want to start a bot here. Here it reflects the details of your exchange. How much USDT do you have right now, and how much you have assigned so far to your bots, and how much BNB you have. So going down here, okay, here is the new enhancement of the strategy. Everything is the same, but except for minor changes and minor enhancement that we added to that, so that we can have more trades happening if the market is kind of flat, or it's between cover 1 and 2 or cover 2 and 3. Now, previously speaking, previous strategy, we had this as cover 1 and this as cover 2 and this as cover 3. We didn't have those independent covers in between. And the difference between this cover and this cover is 5%. And the difference between this cover and this cover is 8% in between. So technically speaking, if the market goes down and took cover 1 and start fluctuating for a couple of days in this area of 5%, no trade is going to happen because it did not trigger the next trade and it did not go above and sell the current trades. And likewise, if it goes down and take cover 2 previously and it doesn't hit cover 3 yet and it keeps on fluctuating within this 8% here, that means the market is not, or the bot's not going to buy any cover because it's not in a position yet to buy. And we have seen many bots having this kind of issue. It's not an issue. This is just, we needed to do this enhancement so that it can trade. So if the market keeps on fluctuating within this 8% up and down for 5 weeks, there will not be any trade because simply the triggers have not been achieved. It did not go above the average price to sell. It did not go below the next cover to buy. But here we have just as low as 2% between each cover and the other. So technically speaking, if the market fluctuates within these covers or between cover 4 and cover 8 for a couple of weeks, it's still going to buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, because those are independent covers. Each one is independent. Going to buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, and make profit for you while you're waiting for the market to go down to take the next cover or go up for the above the average price by 1.5% to start taking profit. And once it takes the cover 3 here or cover 8 in the new enhancement, is going to be combining all the above trade in one as an average price, and then gets into the independent covers area as it did before. And once it gets here, it's going to be really fast up and down, buying and selling, because the difference between each cover and another is as low as 1%, 1.1, 1.2, 1.5, 1.6. So it's kind of within the daily normal movement of the market. And 50% of the profit here is used to bring down the average price. Now, other things that also what we added here is here we're showing you whether this cover is independent or it's average. So here, for example, those two that we added here are independent. That means they're working independently. However, those two covers here and here are average. So as soon as it takes this cover, everything above that is taken as average. And likewise here, as soon as it takes this cover, everything above it is an average price. And then it has to cross the average to sell everything, or goes down and then takes the independent covers, buys and sells, and then bring down the average price using 50% of the profit. Now, what happens if the market was really bad? And just to let you know this, now this enhancement with this new strategy up to cover 38 is designed to cover more than 51%, still the same as before, more than 51% of the market. However, if the market goes really down and it took all the 38 covers, you have the chance now to activate the MCR, which is market crash recovery. Let's say now the market went down, it already took all the 38 covers, and all my budgets of 600 have been taken. It's all in coins now in open trades, which is not closed yet. So I have the chance to just click on here, market crash recovery, and then it will give me this window here. Here I can decide how much money do I want to add to work on the down market. Let's say it's 500. I'll just put the 500 here just for the sake of example and save. As soon as I save it, I can scroll down and get to a new field here that's been populated, market crash recovery. So market crash recovery is simply like a whole new bot below your existing one. That's designed to work on the lower of the market. If the market goes down and it takes all your covers, all your 38 covers. Here you can decide, let's say, for example, you started with 1,000 with the bot and everything was taken and all 38 covers were taken, which is, it's not going to happen usually, but if it happens, this is ready for it. So now let's say after you spend all the 1,000 in that coin trading, now you have only 200. You can just come here and put 200 and save it. Then what the bot is going to do, it's designed to take as numbers. If the amount here is lesser than 500 and I think 21, something like this, I don't remember the exact number. If the amount is lesser than a specific number, is going to be taking the covers as a fixed amount, not as a percentage of the capital, because you might be having just as low as $100. Still, this $100 is going to work for you, because the value of each cover is $15, whatever the amount that you put on the top, as long as it doesn't exceed a specific amount. If it exceeds a specific amount, then it's going to be taking it as a percentage. So in this case, let's say the $100 is going to be taken from me. You just divide the 100 by 15, is going to take maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 covers. And it's going to be buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. And in this area here, if you have, let's say my amount is 1,000 that I want to add here, it's going to change completely. It's going to take as a percentage. See, now each cover here is coming as a percentage of 2.7% of the capital. It's designed to change automatically if you're using more amount. So now each cover have increased to 27 instead of just being 15. And guess what? In this market crash recovery zone, we've designed the bot to take 90% of the profit to bring down your average price. Because the market is already down, the main purpose is to close the trade as soon as possible, because the market is already down. I want to close it to start at the bottom of the market so that I can make more profit. So here you are realizing only 10% of the profit, and the remaining 90% of the profit is used to pull down your average price. So, and you can ask a question. So this new MCR, it's covering the market for how much percentage of the market can it cover? The answer to that if you're using the minimum amount or the amount that has all the covers, it's going to cover more than 90% of the market. So the bot itself plus the market crash recovery, both of them combined can cover more than 90% of the market drop. Now it's more unlikely to happen that the market goes down to 90% or even 80%. But if that happens, still we're ready, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So we better be ready for everything and make our system ready. And this is it exactly. So if the market goes down, if you activate the MCR and you put a specific budget on that, and you can just sleep peacefully. I would say this to make it simple, you can just go sleep and let the bot do the work that it's intended to do, because it can close actually the trade open at the top of the market at the MCR place, which is technically speaking at 90% down or even 80% down. It's just a matter of time of how fast this coin is moving, how many trades does it make in the every day, how much profit does it make in each trade. That's all things that we don't know. No one knows, but what we know that eventually is going to close all the trades along with profit and get out of the market and start all over again at the bottom of the market. Now, people might ask this question, and I'm sure that many of you already have in your mind that, okay, what should I do now to convert into the new enhancement or the new strategy? You don't need to do anything. Simply nothing. Now we have, and this is one of the reasons actually why we have delayed deploying this strategy, because we were thinking about, and I've shared that previously in previous calls, we wanted it to be a friction-free with the user. We don't want the user to do anything manually in order to enable the new enhancement. However, because most of the people, if not all of them, are already having open cycles, we programmed the system that the current cycle will continue with the same parameters of the old strategy. Once the current cycle finishes, if you have your bot put on cycle, the new cycle or the new session is going to be automatically deploying the new enhancement of the strategy. And then start from cover one all the way down. However, if you're like me, unlike other people, have some bots which are already at cover maybe 40 or 30 or already in deep down and you want to close that faster, we have opened some parameters for you if you are using the EazyBot strategy. Let me take our famous coin that we have been following, the AAV. This is the same coin that I just showed now, which is already at minus 37% in average price. So I'll show you, you can just follow the same thing that I'm doing right now, because the current cycle doesn't have MCR. I cannot activate MCR for the current cycle, but we have opened some of the parameters that you can change and can help you close the cycle faster. I'll just go here to the settings. You come here and then you scroll down. Then from cover 31 onward, we have opened this field here. So this field is basically how much of the profit do you want to keep and how much do you want to leave for it to bring down the average price. So my advice to you, or what I'm going to do right now in front of you and then save it, is change this from 50 to 10%. Let me just do all of them and then show you what exactly I've done. So what I'm doing right now is basically reducing the profit that I want to realize on these covers down, on cover 30 onward. And why is that? Because I want to use 90% to bring down my average price and close it faster. Because the market is already down. The main purpose is to close the cycle as soon as possible and start all over again. So I'm changing this. So the minimum amount that you can put is 10%. You cannot put it 0, for example, or 1 or 2 or 5. So between 10% and 100%, you decide how much profit do you want to realize and how much do you want to use to bring down the average price. So what you're putting here is what you want to realize. And automatically, the remaining amount of 100% is going to be used to bring down the average price. So I'm just going to change this to 10, 10, 10, 10, all the way down up to the last cover, which is here. And then simply you just need to hit save. And that's it, nothing else. Then what's going to happen now, if my bot is already at the covers 31 onward, is going to be realizing only 10% of the profit and using 90% of the profit of those independent covers to bring down my average price.